All right, an Illinois judge could set a trial date for the man accused of carrying out the 2022 Highland Park 4th of July parade massacre. Robert Cremo III faces 21 counts of first-degree murder, 3 for each of the 7 people killed in the shooting that day. He is set to appear in court today before Judge Victoria Rossetti for a case management hearing that is set to take place later this morning. Here to talk more about the case and the next steps, Los Angeles County Public Defender Philip Dube. Thank you for being with us. Case management hearing, describe what that exactly is and what will happen today in court.
Good morning. That is simply a pretrial conference to provide status to the court as to the status, essentially, of the prosecution itself and the defense. I anticipate that the defense will be seeking production of all the discovery. It's my belief that there are terabytes of discovery and data that the defense is going to need months to comb through. So I predict they will be asking for a continuance. Under Illinois law, anybody who is arrested on a charge has the right to a jury trial within 120 days from the date of arrest, assuming a demand for trial is made. But certainly showing a good cause can extend that. So I anticipate that today at that status conference, the judge is going to ask, for example, are there any outstanding matters that need to be litigated? Do you want to set a motion, for example, to quash the indictment in the case? Are there any suppression issues? Do you need a discovery order? And I anticipate the defense will be filing ex parte motions to have forensic clinicians appointed to evaluate the young man to make sure that he's even competent to go forward or to even explore an insanity type defense. In Illinois, he absolutely has the right to put on that affirmative defense, assuming he meets the criteria, but an expert would have to opine that. And the court then would be at liberty to appoint the experts and pay those experts accordingly. So for now, we're just sort of on track to see the status of the case, to see if court intervention is needed to get the defense everything that it needs.
Looking at this case as a whole, Philip, and that tragic day at that parade, what key factors does the prosecution need to focus on to successfully argue this case?
Oh, well, first of all, Marni, this is a slam dunk. I mean, honestly, not to sound a little sarcastic, but you can give this prosecution to a first-year prosecutor because the facts and the evidence are an avalanche, just an ocean of evidence that is going to be insurmountable. This case is not going to be a question of guilt. It's going to be a question of housing, meaning where is this young man going to go after he is found guilty of all these offenses? But in direct answer to your question, what they're going to have to show, first of all, is that there were deaths. You know, they're going to have to prove murder beyond a reasonable doubt. Obviously, they have 7 victims. They have 3 charges per victim. The first theory of murder per victim is an intentional premeditated murder. The second theory is what's called an implied malice, second-degree murder type theory, well, where even if he didn't have the intent to kill them, he committed such a reckless, dangerous act with all that firepower that death was likely to occur. And the third theory is felony murder based on an aggravated battery as the underlying felony, where he used the firearms to kill these people. They're going to focus on everything that he did to plan this offense. When you look at the type of firepower, the amount of ammunition that he brought, how he scaled the rooftop of a cosmetic building across from the parade, this shows a tremendous amount of coordination and planning on his part. Also, he feminized his appearance by disguising himself as a woman. He over-cosmeticized himself to cover up he had multiple facial tattoos, and he wanted to give the appearance that he was a female. But worse yet, after he was apprehended, he confessed. So this is a slam dunk for the prosecution. The question is going to be, does he go to prison with life or will he end up in a hospital?
Well, a horrific case for all involved. And also, we should mention last month, the judge ruled that the shooting suspect's father's case can move forward. He, of course, sponsored his son's firearm on that identification card. We'll follow this case closely. Thank you, Philip Dube, for your time and perspective.
Have a great day.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.